Hi, I'm Dale Rimsberg, and this is Olivia Race. We're both AMGA instructor team members. Coiling ropes is a technique that climbers use on a daily basis, and we're going to show you the three primary ways we coil ropes for efficiency, comfort, for different types of approaches and descents. The first one we're going to talk about is the double butterfly, which is a great technique for short approaches, short descents, when you maybe don't have a backpack and you want to carry the rope up or down off the climb. It's quick to tie, but it's the least comfortable. And Olivia is going to demonstrate that for us. So with the double butterfly, Olivia's done a good job of pre-stacking the rope, which makes it easy for her to coil. She started with about 2.5 arm lengths that she'll finish with later. Now she's just going back and forth and creating bites on either side of her neck. Takes a little practice, but once you work on this, it'll go quick. And she was working towards the middle of the rope. A little bit of a tricky maneuver to get it off your shoulder, so take a little care, get all the loops off. Grab it in the middle. And then she's going to twist or coil the rope around itself, working up towards the top with nice tight coils. It'll help capture all the strands and keep them from unraveling while you're on the approach or the descent. She passes a bite through, and then another bite through. Gets it all nice and tight and compact. Throws it over her back. Takes the ropes around, all the way around the coils, through the belay loop. This is a cool trick. And then she's going to finish with a square knot on top of the belay loop. This prevents it from being sucked into your stomach, just a little more comfortable.
Another option for coiling the rope, and the one that I probably use the most often, is a single butterfly with a nail bite finish. This coil works really well draped over a pack, so it's more comfortable to carry for long distances. A single butterfly is nice because it tends to be easier to flake out at the base of the climb. It's nice to flake your rope out before you coil it, so you make sure you don't have any knots. So Dale is doing a single butterfly. He's done a good job of flaking the rope out before he starts. Invariably, if you don't flake it out, you end up with a knot right in the middle. And he's just going back and forth, making coils that are nice and consistent in terms of their length. And they're the length that he's going to want to carry draped over his pack. And this is a good skill you can practice at home. Get super smooth. This technique works super well if you are carrying a pack. It'll drape over the top of a pack really nice and smooth. Dale's removing the rope very carefully so he keeps his coils intact. Dale has a nice long tail, which is going to give him plenty of rope to make his finishing wraps. He has a short loop that's going to be allow him to cinch down once he passes the tail through the longer loop. And all of this is done with one end of the rope, which is easier to tie, and it also makes it so you know which rope end is on top when you undo it. Dale's cinching this down nice and tight, which is key, especially if you're going to put the rope away when you get home, so it's not a mess the next time you go to use it. And you can see that Dale has at least 5 wraps going around. We find if you have at least 5, that keeps it locked in tight over longer periods of time. The single butterfly works super well to just drape over your pack. You can strap it onto the top of a pack if you want. You can strap the side straps over the loops if you'd like. You can also flop it under the lid of a pack and clip around it that way. Super versatile coil.
The third and least common technique is the mountaineer's coil. It takes a lot longer to tie and it takes more skill, but it is worth knowing because if you're doing a long approach or a long descent without a backpack, it's the most comfortable. So every time she puts on a loop, it's creating a half twist in the rope. So it takes a while to tie. And the other downside of this is that when you uncoil it, you need to make sure you take off each individual coil from the entire stack, otherwise you'll have a completely twisted up rope. But what this coil is great for is long descents or long approaches when you don't have a backpack to drape it over and you're looking for comfort. All right, so Olivia has carefully pulled all the round coils, or Mountaineer's coil, off of her shoulder, and now she's going to finish it off with the nail bite finish with one end of the rope. Nice tight pulls around to hold it all together. She's taking great care to just work one direction, keep it tight. And the final loop, she's going to pass through that short tail and then tighten the one that she shortened. So in this case, she has a small pack that she has other gear in. She can't fit the rope inside. It's not big enough to drape it over. So here is the beauty of the Mountaineer's coil, is that she can loop it on and it's much more comfortable to carry for the descent.